What is up? My name is Bo, and I'm the TheKjnTowboater. And happy Friday the 13th. Today I will be ranking the designs of Jason Voorhees from worst to best, in my opinion. Once again, like all my ranking videos, this is my own opinion. It only matters to me. If your opinion matters to you, make your own video or comment it down below. I won't argue with you on that. That's your opinion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go from each design of Jason from the Friday the 13th 1980 movie to the Friday the 13th remake. So it's 12 movies. I might do the unmasked ones, or I might just keep it with the masked ones. Not sure, but if you like this ranking, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your rankings as well. So now let's get on with the countdown. Alright, for my number 13, let's just go ahead and get this one out the way. It's Roy Burns, his fake Jason, the story that he used to avenge his son, which, why was his son in a home like that if he cared for him so much? But yeah, the blue chevrons on the mask, can't complain about that. The mask did look good, but it's just the surprise at the end that it wasn't Jason. It was just a person that you just met at the beginning that was shocked whenever he saw his son's dead body, and it made him crack. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I'm not dogging the movie, even though that isn't my most favorite movie. It's just a weak quote unquote Jason. Alright, my number 12 is Dream Jason from Friday the 13th Part 5. And I swear I'm not putting them last because I don't like Friday the 13th Part 5 that much. It's just, I didn't like Roy Burns, and Dream Jason is just there at the beginning and just for Tommy to hallucinate for a little bit. He does nothing but just stand there, and it kind of hints at a storyline that should have went with Part 6, but it just never went anywhere. So that's why Dream Jason's my number 12. Alright, my number 11 is Young Dream Jason, because, I mean, he is in Alice's dream, so that's why I call him Young Dream Jason. I do like the design, like how Tom Savini designed him to be a mongoloid and all the muck and stuff from the lake, but it's just, that's all he does. It's just there for the jump scare and nothing else after that. So that is my number 11. It's just, that jump scare is so iconic that he's definitely above Dream Jason from Part 5. My number 10 is the Jason from Jason Takes Manhattan, or Vancouver, whatever you want to call it. He's slimy. I don't quite get why when he got the new mask, the mask had to have the axe slit in it from that he got from Part 3, but it's a little more yellow. I don't mind the mask. It's just, it's weird that it had a mask slit in it. I mean, an axe slit in it. But yeah, he's just slimy and covered with water, and this is one where I will add the unmasked. That unmasked Jason, going from Part 7 where it looked amazing to this one where it looked like a Muppet, just all white and things like that. I kind of wish that John Carl Buechler would have done Part 8 as well. I'm glad Kane Hodder came back, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Part 8 Jason. Alright, my number 9 is the Jason Goes to Hell Jason. It's the way, like, his head's swollen and things like that. I understand he's a decaying zombie and stuff like that, and that happens to flesh. It's just he looked a little weird, and plus he wasn't even in the movie that often, besides like at the beginning and the end, and like some reflection scenes as well. But this was Kane Hodder returning for a third time. That's another reason why it's not as low as some of the other ones. Um, it's just they had a concept of how he would look unmasked, which they did use for the Friday the 13th video game, and I will show that. So I do like the way that looks a lot better than the Jason Takes Manhattan Jason. Um, but yeah, I still don't like this one that much, and the fact that his heart turned into some kind of demon or something like that was just a little weird as well. Alright, the Freddy versus Jason, Jason Voorhees design was, I mean, it was good, but to me, it just kind of threw it off a little bit. He was blue colored and stuff like that. I mean, I understand his look changes every movie. It's just one of those ones where it just kind of just threw me off a little bit. Um, it also kind of set a lot of fans that Kane Hodder, who was hoping to return as Jason, didn't return. But that's not the reason why I put him at number 8. It's because I just didn't like the look. I like it over Freddy, over the Jason Goes to Hell look, but it's that I can't put it any lower than this one. Alright, my number 7 is Sackhead Jason. He was more of like a hillbilly design, especially once you see the unmasked version. I guess they got the idea from the town that dreaded sundown or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to accuse anybody of that, but yeah, this design just never did it for me. I mean, it's a good way to introduce Jason. It's just it's not that it wasn't as iconic as I guess they thought it would be. Not like that hockey mask. So yeah, this would be my number 7. Alright, my number 6 is Jason X. I like the simplicity of the design. The mask is pretty cool. In fact, I just ordered one from a mask maker on Etsy. I do like the design of the Jason X mask. It's his the clothes, and I understand they have his neck chained up from how they have him captured, but his clothes look like they bought it like from a Walmart Halloween costume type thing. It's just a little weird. They look thin and stuff like that, especially when you look at some of the higher definition pictures and things like that. But also with the Jason X Jason, I'm gonna add Uber Jason, because Uber Jason looks amazing. It's just I'm not gonna split up the looks with the movies. I do like the design. It just got a little I guess a little not far-fetched, but out of hand with the design. The mask looks amazing as well. It's just how the little nanites used all the metal / computers and stuff like that in that room to build Jason back again. Yeah, it's just it got a little crazy with that, but Uber Jason does look cool. All right, my number 5 is the remake Jason. I do like the fact that they have him as a like survivalist living off the land, and he can run and he traps and all of this and that, because that's actually a good Jason. It's just his design is not the best for me. I like some of the other designs. His unmasked, you can barely see his unmasked, but it's just I'm so used to Jason with out hair and stuff like that. The hair kind of throws me off a little bit. The Sackhead Jason, I do like that better than part 2 Sackhead, because I like the way he wraps it around and kind of holds it. And once he gets that hockey mask, it's great. It brings, I mean, the remake put 1 through 4 basically those movies into one, but the design is still feels a little off to me, because of the way that I guess it's the way that I'm used to seeing Jason act with all the other movies, like how he's not really a survivalist and stuff like that, living off the land. He's more of just an unstoppable killing machine. My number 4 is part 4 or final chapter, Jason. I like the look of the unmasked, um, and how he does kind of run a little bit, and he don't have the hunchback like on part 3. It's just the way they made the unmasked look like he was already kind of dead a little bit, um, and not fully like killed or something like that. Like he was already withering and like decaying and stuff like that. The way like the skin looked around his face and stuff like that. If you kind of get what I'm saying, um, it kind of threw it off a little bit. I like the look of part 3 over this one. Um, it's still, um, I mean, they made him look more dirty. They made him look like he was living off the land, even though it just so happened to be like a day after uh, part 2, which was a little weird. Um, or like a week or something like that after part 2 or something. It's just the way, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's the reason I have this at number 4 is the look is good, but just not as good as the other ones to me. All right, my number 3 is the part 6 or Jason Lives Jason. Um, I do like the design, like the mask that they used, the look of his decaying skin and stuff like that, and even the unmask. Even though it's kind of hard to see it with the darkness and the rain and stuff like that. The only thing I don't like is like Jason with his shirt tucked in and the tool belt. Like, where did he get that? Like, who did he kill to take that from? And why did he choose to wear the tool belt and things like that? That's one thing I don't get. Um, I like how they added the like supernatural strength to this and to this Jason, and using like his hunt, like the hunting skills and stuff like that. Even though I mean, I say hunting skills, but like he basically, you can just call it killing skills, because he's pretty good at coming up with unique ways to unalive people. But I do like this look, and my favorite part of this movie is the beginning whenever they do the whole James Bond intro scene through his eye, which is hilarious. All right, my number 2 is the Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason. This is where he gets that iconic happy mask. I mean, hockey mask. I've been playing Majora's Mask too much in my life. Um, and this is the design that defined Jason, the hockey mask and just running around and killing people like an unstoppable killing machine. I The only part that throws me off is the kind of like the neck that's like huge. That kind of throws me off a little bit of the design of not liking it so much, but it fits with this iteration of Jason, part 3 Jason, and him getting that hockey mask from Shelly, and that hockey mask becoming so iconic with the character. That's the thing that I like. The unmasked version is great. It looks just, I mean, like a mongoloid, like a, what's his name, Tom Savini would describe. And that look, I mean, he looks alive. He looks sadistic when he smiles and he's waving and he runs out in that dream sequence. But I do like that look of Jason. And here we are at my number 1. It is the New Blood Jason. This is my favorite iteration of Jason. It's my favorite iteration of his mask. I have the mask tattooed on me. I like the way that Kane Hodder explained it. Him and John Carl Buechler, the director, sat down and they looked at everything that happened to Jason, all the scars, all the injuries and stuff like that, and they went ahead and put that in the design. I like the look of the mask from being hit by the motorboat in boat motor in part 6, being broken and his face being cut off to where you can see his teeth and stuff like that. I like this design. I like the mask. It's like the chevrons came off, and the unmasked version is the best definitive version we've ever gotten of Jason, and nothing else has been better since then. Um, it looks great. He's that zombified Jason with the strength and all of that. It's just amazing to me. I love it, and this is my number one. No matter what, this is my favorite Jason, masked and unmasked. So yes, this has been my ranking of Jason designs from worst to best. I stick by my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments. Let me know which ones you liked. Let me know which ones you'll put them in order, which ones you didn't like. For the many reasons that someone would not like them. I'm not saying your reasons are any better than mine. I'm not saying mine are any better than yours. That's just my opinion. You have yours, and as long as we can sit there and talk about it and just give each other reasons why we may place those designs in different areas, that's or different rankings. That's good. I like having a good conversation / debate when it comes to that. But yes, this is my opinion. I stand by my opinion, and I don't think anybody can change that for me. But if you search Instagram, Facebook, TikTok for TheKjnTowboater, you can find me on there. I'm glad to talk anything: horror, video games, movies, music, anything you'd want to talk about. You can message me on there. Other than that, I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing. Just overall, thank y'all for everything. And as always, I will see y'all in the next one.